So today I'm going to do the West standing predictions. Yesterday I did the East. This Today I'm doing the West. Starting with the worst team in the league, I had the Jazz. They are still rebuilding. I feel like they have a solid young core, but yeah, they're still rebuilding. 14. This is kind of tough, but I have the Kings. Now they have a really good team, but I don't think they're gonna win much. I mean, the Kings could be around like 14 to 11. I just had them in the bottom five, so these don't really matter too much. But the Kings with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, they just don't have the like superstars to win. Sabonis, like not the defense as well. Shooter, they brought in brings solid playmaking that they didn't really have much of. I mean, they have Keon Ellis still, Malik Monk, but definitely, I don't think they're gonna win. 13th, I have the Pelicans. The Pelicans are added Jordan Poole to Zion Williamson. Kevon Looney's also on their team now, and they still have DeJounte Murray, who I don't know if he's coming back, but I still think they're not gonna win much. Zion is always injured, and we saw what Jordan Poole is for winning as like the number one option. 12 is the Phoenix Suns. I don't think they're gonna win much, especially when they did not last year with that Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Now they added solid depth, Kamal Maluach, Mark Williams, and to their guards like Jordan Goodwin, Jared Butler, and they still have a solid depth with Dylan Brooks added, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen. But Devin Booker, I feel like with him as a number one, but not really like a solid number two. I don't think they're gonna win much. But Blazers around 11, 12. Last year they had a pretty good team, and I feel like with the addition of Drew Holiday, Shaden Sharp improving, Scoot Henderson improvement, and like Donovan Clingan's improvement. They have a really good young core, Tumani Kamara, and then some solid veterans like Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams, and stuff. This is not the year, but I think next year with Damian Lillard coming back, this team will be amazing. Now, not like top three, but like maybe they could be like a top 8 team next year, next season, like the season after, and make the playoffs, but not this year yet. 10. Be surprising, I have the Memphis Grizzlies at number 10. Now, Grizzlies last year were the 8th seed, and I feel like with their addition of Ty Jerome, it will help their depth. But they lost Desmond Bane, who was a big part of their team. They got Kentavious Caldwell Pope, who definitely degressed last year a lot. He was not good as when he was with the Nuggets or the Lakers. But Ja Morant, he has a lot of health issues. Jaren right now is probably the best player on Grizzlies and the most consistent. But yeah, like they didn't really make too many additions, and they lost Bane. I mean, they added back Ty Jerome, but he's not like as good as Bane. At least they re-signed Santi Aldama too. They have solid depth, but like, yeah, I don't think they will win that many games. So I have them sliding a bit, as a lot of other Western teams are improving. Also, a bit surprising is the Golden State Warriors. Now, last year they were the 7th seed, but I feel like Jimmy Butler hasn't been as good as previous years, like especially in the playoffs. He wasn't really attacking it much. He doesn't really try regular season either. So I don't know if Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler, especially when they're old, Draymond Green, they're all 35 and above next year, and then their depth is not too good yet. I mean, they haven't done anything in the offseason yet because they're waiting for Jonathan Kuminga. But I feel like Jonathan Kuminga is not going to be on the team by the playoffs next year, anyways. They still have like Moses Moody, Brandon Pajemski, but they did lose Kevon Looney. I don't know if Gary Payton is still going to be on the team, but they might sign Al Horford, Steph Curry, and DeAnthony Melton, who are great players. But like I don't know if Stephen Curry could carry this team to a top 6 seed. So I have them at 9th, especially as Curry does have some injury issues a little bit. Jimmy Butler also. So if one of them misses time, it's gonna be really tough for the team. Eighth, I have the Mavericks only because Kyrie is not there yet. If Kyrie is there, once he comes back, this team is deadly. Like in the playoffs, they're deadly. But since Kyrie is not there and AD, he hasn't gotten injured too much recently, but he did get injured the first game he played with the Mavs. So like if he's injured, that would tank them a lot, especially with Kyrie out until around January, February. Cooper Flag is going to be helping the team, but I feel like they are going to be like eighth because of their amazing depth. D'Angelo Russell's on the team now. Max Christie. They have Daniel and Gafford and Derek Lively as well. They have a lot of great depth on their team. Jaden Hardy is on that team, and they just have a ton of depth that will help them if players get injured. And then Cooper Flag, I feel like he's gonna make a big impact from day one, like what Wemby did. But they have AD with him. The defense is about to be insane for the Mavericks, and like even like if Kyrie and D'Angelo Russell are playing, it's still gonna be really good. Let's go on to 7. I have the Spurs jumping up because Wemby is gonna be back 3rd year. He's gonna look like a All NBA second team, maybe even first team candidate. They have added De'Aaron Fox last year, who he didn't play much with Wemby, but I feel like that addition is gonna really help them. Dylan Harper as well. Stephon Castle improvement. I like the addition of Kelly Olynyk off the bench. They have some solid depth like Julius Petty, Harrison Barnes off the bench, as well as Luke Cornett being added to the team for some really good backup center minutes. Yeah, this Spurs team is going to be pretty deadly. Number 6, I have the LA Lakers. Now, they have made some pretty good under the radar moves. Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia. But losing Dorian Finney-Smith and also just not having too much depth at the center position, power forward position. Ayton is the starter, but Hayes, he's solid. And adding back power forward position, Rui is like basically the only power forward. Jake LaRavia can play it, but they don't have too much forward depth. And LeBron's pretty old. LeBron and Luka last year, you saw them. They were really good in the regular season. They actually won a ton of games, but in the playoffs, they did not really win too many games. So I don't know if they can win as much this season, especially with LeBron being 40 years old. But 6 seed is still pretty good. They could jump up even more. But I just don't like their depth too much. 5th seed at the Wolves. Last year they were 6 seed, but losing the Keo Alexander Walker is a pretty big hit because the Keo was one of their best defenders who guarded Shea and scored. They did not sign anyone really. They re-signed Naz Reid and Julius Randle, who are big pieces to the team. But of course, Anthony Edwards, one of the best players in the league, best shooting guard in the league, in my opinion. He's gonna really lead them to the 5th seed. Julius definitely in the regular season is good, and even in the playoffs, he's an all-star caliber player. Finally showing he's good in the playoffs. Rudy Gobert, however, is getting older, and I feel like this team, Mike Conley's getting older too. They have a whole point guard. Rob Dillingham, he can maybe improve, but Mike is pretty old now. I don't know if he can be the starting point guard anymore. So this team has some holes, but I feel like they're still going to be pretty good. Number 4, I have the LA Clippers. Clippers' big issue is injuries. Kawhi could definitely get injured anytime. Harden, they're old, but their depth is insane. They have like a really good defensive squad, and they can score offensively with players like Kawhi, Harden, Chris Paul, lobbing it up to like John Collins, Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, Zubac. I feel like could be an all-star. Then Brook Lopez edition as well. And Bradley Beal edition could help them score, defend. They have a really well-rounded team, but their issue is their health and their injuries. Beal, Kawhi, Harden, all kind of injury problem. Harden did play a lot of games last year, a lot of minutes, So hopefully, with a lot of players off the benches, though, they could definitely rest him more, rest Kawhi more. But Kawhi is healthy for the first time in a while. In the start of the season last year, he was not. So, and the year before, like, he was not healthy in the starting. So, with Kawhi healthy, like, this team could be the problem. They could make it to the conference final. Number 3, I got the Houston Rockets. I really like their additions of Kevin Durant. They didn't really give up much out of their depth because Dorian Finney-Smith could replace Dylan Brooks, and they added Josh Okogie as well. And then they already have a ton of good players like Fred VanVleet taking a pay cut. They got Steven Adams, Clint Capella. I don't know why they signed him, but and Şengün at center position. Şengün really gonna fit. Allen Thompson. Their defense is gonna be good, and their offense finally adding one of the best players that can score in Kevin Durant will be good. Like Amen Reed Shepard, I feel like it's gonna have a pretty big role. He showed pretty good flashes in the summer leagues, and then just Tari Eason. Yeah, they have a ton of depth. Jabari Smith, a lot of wings, a lot of depth. Depth is the way now to win. Saw the Thunder and the Celtics the previous years. Depth is now the way. The Nuggets offseason, they added a ton of depth. Last year, they were playing 6-7 man rotation in the playoffs, and they almost won the Thunder. Now adding a lot of great players to the team, with first Cam Johnson replacing Porter Jr. Now, Porter Jr. was a big part of the team, but Cam could add defense along with around the same offensive Porter Jr. Now, he's not as good, but he definitely is better on defense. Jamal Murray being back healthy, Jokic, the best player in the league, adding Valanciunas, Bruce Brown, and Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench is really good. Jokic finally has a good, capable backup center to play on the team. Valanciunas could hold it down for a little bit at the center position. They had to play DeAndre Jordan previously, or like Eric Gordon at center. And then they have Hardaway Jr. and Brown off the bench. Capable veterans who can shoot the three and guard. For Bruce Brown, he can guard. For Tim Hardaway Jr., he shoot threes. This is going to be a really good team. And I feel like second seed is definitely possible. Of course, it's defending champs. OKC Thunder. OKC is won 68 games last year. And I think they're going to hit around the same this year. They're one of the best teams in the league. And this is definitely going to be like one of the best teams in the league again next year. I don't need to explain really much. Shea MVP, Jalen Williams. They didn't even need to make any offseason moves. They added Thomas Schroeder as center, and everyone's back. Like, not losing anyone on your championship team is really key to winning another championship. Because, like, Nuggets, as you saw, lost Bruce Brown, KCP, but Thunder lost no one, and they won a championship. I feel like they're the favorites to win a championship again, and they're definitely number 1 seed.